What up? What is going on? Welcome to the live stream. How's everyone doing today? Let's get it started here. Let's start the live stream. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. Just started it a couple seconds ago, so you guys are here early. We'll take a look here at the markets. What's kind of going on here, right? Don't forget to like, guys, wherever you guys are at. Don't forget to like. What's going on? All right, like, bro. Thank you, Gil. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm going to check out your favorite coins today. Bitcoin at 111. I think we went to 112. We got rejected a little bit. Go here on the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, we're kind of looking bearish here, right? Getting rejected at 21 and 25 right there. On that 25, so boom. So 4-hour looking pretty bearish here. We need to break that. We're still in this downtrend. Short term. That's the 3-hour. The 4-hour. Yeah, the 4-hour too. Yeah. Very similar. Jay, what's up, Jay? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Appreciate it, bro. So the 4-hour is looking very wow. I mean, look at this. Massive rejection right there at the 200. Man, look at that, man. I mean, isn't it crazy how we got rejected right on that 200 MA here once we had that pump, right? We had that pump from 112 to 116. That 200 on the 4-hour, man. I mean, that is such a clear rejection right there. And now we came and break the 21 and 25. So the 4-hour is not looking good. Check out the 1-hour. We'll see it. I mean, the 1-hour is starting to change this around, right? From that 108 level. So if you can put in a higher low here at the 111 on the 50 MA, get a bounce. We'll target that 200 MA here at 113. So the 1-hour is looking promising. It's just that you want to watch that 4-hour. I think that's the main thing right here for Bitcoin. Well, let's go live here too on TikTok. And again, guys, before we start the TikTok live, if you guys haven't yet joined, BitUnix, August is coming to an end, and I will have another campaign so you can get double rewards. But again, you won't have to pay fees and all that. Check it out. It should be in the pinned comment. Use my link, and then you can get up to 400 deposit future bonus. So definitely check it out. I'll share some trades here too. All right. Let's go. We're live. But man, this 4 hour for Bitcoin is really interesting. Yeah. Yeah, this 4 hour here for Bitcoin, man. What's up, Ronaldo fan? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Ever since that massive pump we got to 117, this 4 hour has been right on. I mean, this hasn't been good, right? We need to change that 4 hour. But I mean, you can kind of see here, Bitcoin on the 4 hour, the orange is my 200 MA. That was the lower high right there. And now we came and break the 21.25. So a 4 hour holds the key here. We need to break that 21.25 and then hold above that 50 MA, which is in teal. And then we can eventually break that 200 MA. What's up? I am him. How you doing, bro? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Shout out to all of you guys on here. Don't forget to like. We're going to check out all your altcoins. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fun live stream. I mean, what the 4 hour tells me is that it's probably going to go down lower here. Because we're still in this downtrend. We're getting rejection here on the 21 and the 25. So yeah. Even though the 1 hour seems promising, we can definitely lose that 50 MA and come right back down. But if we can hold that 50 MA, start working our way up here to 112, 113, then we can change this around. But until then, the 4 hour looks extremely bearish. All right, look at this. Mono coin hit 88 cents soon, buddy, soon. It won't hit 88 cents. It's probably gonna go to 0. So you should put your buy order next to that. What's going on? One for freedom. How you doing, bro? Jeers had a major pullback. Never heard of Jeers. Thank you guys for the hearts. Appreciate it. Just started the live stream, so you guys are early, and I appreciate everyone on here. Awesome to have you guys on here. Shout out to Gav's dad. Sir Gav's dad. Thank you, man. Thank you, Lena. Thank you for the gifts. And of course, guys, it is a big risk to live stream here on my main account because I already have 2 strikes. So if anything happens, follow my backup account. We're almost at 3K. If you guys already followed, thank you. If you haven't yet followed, check it out. It's in my bio. I mention it in the bio. Just click on it. But yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. But you know what? In the beginning of the stream here, I just want to point this out because I think this is very important. Bitcoin on the 4 hour, man. I mean, this is very interesting. Just wanted to share this with you guys. I started buying more TAO yesterday. That's great. I think TAO is a solid coin. And it hasn't really completely dumped, right? Things are pulling back and loading up. Same. I've been buying a lot too, guys. I've been honestly buying a lot. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'll check out your crap coins. Don't worry. No, but I'll check out your altcoins in the future, just after I give the market update and Bitcoin as well. Or no doubt Q4. Yeah, might even go into 2026, to be honest. And I've been saying this for a while too, because this bull market's been more spread it out, right? I think this bull market is going to be the one that we break that 4-year cycle. But it's not going to be like, I don't think it's going to be much longer than a 4-year cycle. I think it'll be like a little bit longer than a 4-year cycle. So you can't forget to, you can't be tied to the super cycle narrative, right? One for Freedom says, be careful, I'm hearing the tops are in very soon. What makes you think the tops are going to be in very soon? Crow, yeah, we're going to take a look at Crow, guys. Man, I've been telling you guys about Crow, how bullish I've been on Crow. Shout out to who bought Crow under 10 cents. I bought a ton of Crow under 10 cents. I've been telling you guys, crypto.com is a solid coin. And here, you know, we're already over 20 cents. But I wanted to share this first here before we look at your altcoins. Bitcoin on the 4-hour, man. This is interesting to me because that 200 MA, right? When we had that massive rally here, that 200 MA got rejected to the T. Look at that. Exactly on the 200 MA here on the 4-hour. And then we can't hold the 50 MA. And then we just come crashing down. Right now, that 21 and the 25 here, the 21 in blue and the 25 is becoming resistance. So we're still very bearish here short term. Right, we're still in this downtrend and we're getting clear rejection here at the 21 and 25. So until we can break that, right, we have to put in the higher low. You start to break that, hold the 50 MA in teal. Then we can work our way to break that 200 MA around 116. So now I believe 2026 will be the start of the bear market. I just don't believe it'll be the start of the bear market in the first month of 2026. Right. You can see the maturation taking place. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what, you know, I've been thinking as well. Shout out to I Am Him. Right, this bull market has been different because it's been a lot more mature, more spread it out, a lot more pullbacks, but then we bounce, right? And again, I definitely don't believe retail is end yet. Ziggy, what's up, Ziggy? How you doing, bro? Let's pump those likes. How you doing, Ziggy? Ziggy, I've been off for a little bit because I got some strikes on this account. It's actually, I'm kind of risking it right here, right now for you guys. But where I have been live the last couple days has been on my backup account, which you guys can follow in my bio. I mentioned in the bio, just click on it and it takes you to my backup account. It's literally just .Sir_Lewis. And we almost got 3,000 likes. So if you haven't yet, follow my backup account in case anything happens here. I don't think the big run is going to be 2026. I think it's going to be going into it, right? I think the big run is going to probably be this fall, October, November, December, right? Now I'm still bullish for beginning the Q1 of 2026. Unreal says dip over at 105, then retest 121 to 124 again. You think so? You think we're going to 105? Look, I've been buying even though we might even go to 105, right? Because we really don't know. I mean, just like right here when Bitcoin went to 98K and everyone was calling for 96, 95 here at that 200 MA. So we really don't know if we bottomed here already. This could possibly be the bottom, right? 108. This could definitely be the bottom. Well, we'll find out, right? I mean, could we go to 105? Yeah, I mean, even 103. But honestly, that could have been the bottom right there. If we do go here too, so the 21 MA here on the weekly is around 106, around here, the 21. But we might not hit the 21, right? All I know is we're down a good amount. A lot of altcoins are still at good prices. And I've been buying, right? This is just my own experience that I'm sharing. And once we get to 10,000 likes, we'll do the crypto market of the day. Crypto market update of the day. Share what coins are up and down. We know Crow is up. We know Crow is up for sure. So shout out to everyone who's been buying Crow, crypto.com. I still think it's early, right? I mean, crypto.com went to like 98 cents, 99 cents. It's at 20 something cents right now. So I think crypto.com still has a long way to go up. Unreal says, what altcoins have I been buying? So I've been buying, you know, just sharing some of them. Let me log into my account. Because again, guys, like each portfolio is different. So I already have a ton of like XRP. So I'm not buying XRP. It's my biggest holding. So I haven't been buying that. But, you know, I bought a little bit of Turbo. I'm just checking out my account here. Turbo, Jasmy, Data, Toshi, Sonic, Say, a little bit HBAR, Litecoin, AVAX, Dogecoin. So these are just some of the coins I've been buying here, adding to my portfolio. Okay. So, Lewis, bro, like the haircut. Greater C, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. What's up, Jay Pizzle? How you doing, bro? And again, if you guys are just tuning in, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. I think Bitcoin on the 4 hour has to be talked about. And so I'm bringing it up. Right, that pump that we had recently, we got rejected right on the 200 MA here on orange. We haven't, you know, we broke down to 50, and now we've been getting rejection here on the 21 and the 25. So we are in this bearish structure short term, right? This can change around, but 4 hour is pretty bearish here. What needs to happen is we need to go on the 1 hour. We need to hold this 50 right here in the 1 hour, which we've been dumping. So we need to hold that 50, put in the higher low, and then work our way to that 200 MA, which is around 113 on the 1 hour. Once we can do all that, then we can come here on the 4 hour and change things up here, because that 50 on the 4 hour is actually the fifth is the 113 as well. So the 200 on the 1 hour is 113, but the 50 on the 4 hour is 113. So, Gav's dad, wow, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Shout out to Gav's dad, always helping me reach the goals, the gifts goals. Thank you for the 104 roses. I appreciate it. But I bought more Cardano AVAX on this dip. That's awesome, man. Like Cardano, I haven't been buying Cardano because I already bought a ton before I had that pump to 90 cents. But again, if you don't have Cardano in your portfolio, you definitely want to look into it. I think it's one of the best plays out there. It's a top 10 altcoin layer 1, and it's still a 3x from its all-time high. So Cardano, I think to me is a no-brainer. All right, and AVAX too. That's the coin I've been buying more of, AVAX. Yeah, I do. Yeah, Sui's another one too. I've been buying a little bit of Sui. But if you're bullish on Sui, look at Cetus. I think Cetus is the main DEX on Sui. That's another coin I've been buying. I use the 21, the 25, the 50, the 200, the 100. So thank you guys for the follows, by the way. We're 1K away from the crypto market update of the day. Don't forget to like. I'm gonna do the crypto market update of the day right here. And again, guys, like this could be the bottom. This could be the higher low. Or we might come down further here to test that 21 MA to 106, 105. Okay. And I just want to bring you guys here back in time. This is August. I told you guys, August is a pivotal month for crypto. Right? Last August, let's go back here in time to last August, which was when was last August? So last August was right here. This was last August, and you can see how pivotal last August was. Right? We start with this massive drop into August. We come here to 49K. Then we take off here. Get rejected on that 50, that 25 and 21 MA, right? The 25 to the T. Then we pull back here to 52. So from 48K to 64K to 52K and September 2nd. And then we take off in September. This was last September. So last September was bullish. Last September was actually pretty bullish here. So we'll see. We'll see if this September we have something similar here. where you can see how towards the end of this August, even though we put in a new all-time high, we had a massive dump, just like we did right here in August, last August. And then we started going up here in the end of August, and then we pulled back in early September. So we'll see if we have some similar price action going on here, right? Maybe we pull back up here and then we dump in sometime in September, and then we start recovering. So I can see something similar like that happening, right? Especially with the rate cuts. You could have a sell the news event. Gazat says, grabbed more VeChain today. That's great. I think VeChain is it's a great coin long term. And it's just been ranging, right? It hasn't really broken out yet. Ziggy says, I'm done buying. Yeah, I know that feeling, bro. I mean, it's annoying, right? When you're just buying and buying and your coins are just ranging and not really moving at all. That's how I feel about Dogecoin, to be honest, guys. Like, you know, Dogecoin's just been ranging in this level, 21, 22, 20 cents. And it's like, damn, like I would want it to go back to 18, 15 cents, right? So I could get cheaper. But it's just been ranging. That's usually what happens, right? It will just be ranging for a long time, 21, 22. Then in literally just one day, it'll crash down to 16 cents. Everyone gets panicked, you know, gets freaked out, and then it goes back to the range in 20 cents, and then off it goes, right? That's the crypto market, you know, very great summary of the crypto market, how it works. Made 2,600. That's awesome in Dogecoin. You sold Crow at 14 cents. Man. Live trade. Yeah, me too. Yo, so we gotta be friends, bro. For sure. But yeah, guys, 13,000 likes. I appreciate it. Disciplined Trader, thanks for coming to the live stream. Let's take a look at the crypto market update of the day. Let's take a look on the daily here. Obviously, the big winner. Shout out to whoever bought Crow under 10 cents. I bought a ton under 10 cents. I'm up a ton. But it's up 31 cents on the day. And I think a big part of this is obviously the news, right? The news with Trump utilizing Crow, crypto.com. So, man, Trump, he's a big catalyst. He really is. So, using Crow. And like I said, we're not in the bear market. Crypto.com is not going to go anywhere. If Crypto.com were to go bankrupt, like all these exchanges that went bankrupt in the crypto bear market, it would have done so in the bear market. So I don't think Crypto.com is going to go anywhere. And it's really the only exchange in America that has a coin, right? Coinbase doesn't really have one. They have Base, but Base doesn't have a coin. Binance is not in America. So, you know, Crypto.com is definitely the main leader here. Yeah, Trump, yeah, for sure. So hype is actually up. So we actually have a lot of coins that are up on the daily, believe it or not here. Kind of getting a little relief rally, right? Hype up 12%. We got Crow, obviously 32. Sky, never heard of this coin, up 9%. OKX up 5%. Pump Fund up 8%. I have a little bit of this coin. And then we got Aave. I think Aave is just a great coin overall. I see this coin going to $1,000 plus. It's at 330 right now. Kind of the same level as like Tau, right? The same price range as Tau. But yeah, overall, you know, not too bad. Obviously, we had a massive dump, so you know, just a small relief rally here for the daily. Siggy says, I have all in Dogecoin, GRT, VeChain, Yearn Finance, and Ethereum Classic. That's not bad. That's not a bad list. Dogecoin is my second biggest holding, so, you know, it's just all about when to get in and when to get out, right? You got to make sure you get out at the right time. Good evening, Lewis. What would you consider to be a long period for a crypto coin to be ranging in the channel? Great question. So like a long, like VeChain, for example, I would say VeChain's been ranging for a minute. All right. We can see VeChain here has been ranging in this channel ever since early July, right? We just been ranging here, but you can kind of see how this is a bullish channel because VeChain has been putting in higher highs, higher lows along the way. So it's really getting ready to take off of this channel, break out of this channel, right? So this is a bullish channel that has been ranging, but you can kind of see the bullish hints right there. And it's been over like a month or so. And then we got Crow. I think VeChain is gonna do what Crow did, where Crow was ranging here, right? We were ranging here, boom, 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 and then we finally broke that range. And you can see how we have these bullish pullback. So I told you guys, right? Even no matter where VeChain went up, it was going to pull back here to the 618, the golden pocket. It did right here once, and it did again here twice. So, you know, it might not pull back here until next bear market, to be honest. Until we get only if we get a massive crash, especially with this bullish news. I don't see Crow going back here to 13 cents because they already pulled back twice. Boom, boom, and now it's you know, it's been taken off. So, hold up. Hello? Alright, just give me a sec. Alright, guys, I just got to move my car, so I'll be back in literally like 30 seconds. Alright, I'll leave Bitcoin here so you guys can watch it. So I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Good luck, it's gambling unless it's Bitcoin. I want to say it's gambling unless it's Bitcoin. If you're doing like random meme coins, yeah, right? What's the deal with these Bitcoin maxis? These guys are hilarious. But anyway, I'll be back in just a few seconds. Hold up. All right, guys, we are back. We are back. Let's go, guys. That was the longest 30 seconds. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Yeah, Bitcoin. Let's check out the 4-hour again. The 4-hour, I think, is really the main thing here. You can kind of see we've been in this downtrend. But we can flip this, right? It's just that, I mean, you can see a lot of resistance right there. That 21, that's where we got resisted at right there. I would say if we can make the 50 MA support on the 1 hour, put in the higher low, right? We can work our way up here to the 200 MA here on the 1 hour, around 113,500. Okay, so the 1 hour really needs to hold this level here, so we can reverse this on the 4 hour. But so far we're bearish here short term. Zabi, I'm using a trading view here, but I do use BitUnix. You can find all the platforms here on the pinned comment. Again, guys, if you haven't yet, follow my backup account in case anything happens here. Follow my backup account. It's mentioned in my bio. All you got to do is click on it. It's Sir Lewis. Yeah, exactly what Gav's dad said. Make money in alts and buy more Bitcoin and profits. Yeah. That's exactly. I think the thing is, guys, that most people, they don't have like that trader mentality, right? They're just, you know, I would say most Bitcoin maxis are just like investor minded, right? They don't have that trader mentality. So it's only buy Bitcoin and just hold it. But honestly, like I think alts, there will be alts that survive long term. That's just my honest opinion. Diamond, what's up, Diamond? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Is ETH holding and recovering? Yeah, we'll take a look at our ETH. We haven't really done ETH yet. We can see ETH on the daily, very different from Bitcoin on the daily. ETH's been holding up extremely well on the 21 and 25. On the 4 hour, we're starting to lose it, right? But we're not exactly like Bitcoin. We didn't lose the 50 MA yet, but we're getting resistance here on the 21. So we are getting bearish signs here on the 4 hour for ETH. More signs that we can come back here to test that 50 MA again here around 4,474. Okay, and then if we lose that, the 200 MA here for ETH is around 4,121. Okay, so it's very situational here for ETH. It's holding up extremely well for compared to Bitcoin. Most traders lose. Well, yeah, most traders lose because trading is literally anyone can start trading. So it's like if you were to open the colleges for anyone to become a doctor without having to pay a fee or anything like that, most people will lose. Most people will drop out. Trading, anyone can start an account and start trading. So it's like, you know, when these guys come out and they're like stats and say, oh, 99% of traders lose, 95% of traders lose, that's because anyone can start into trading, right? If you don't put the work in, if you don't put the dedication, like people become doctor or engineers, you know, you're not going to be a successful trader. So and there's also many types of traders too, right? There's long-term traders, swing traders, day traders. If you want to learn how to trade, join Crypto Traders University, Best Investment 2025. Diamond, thank you, bro. Shout out to Diamond and CTU. If you guys want to join, link in the bio. Definitely check it out. We've been growing a ton, so thank you to everyone who joined. What I think about Render? Render, let's see how Render's been doing, because it's I'll say Render's a coin that's been ranging here for a minute, right? Good evening to NW. That's a huge point you made, referring to trader mentality versus the investor mentality. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. I haven't charted Crow yet. I'll do it in a few. Thank you all of you guys who came here on YouTube and TikTok, and thank you for the likes. You guys are absolutely killing it. So Render's not looking too bad. It's just right. It's just been ranging here at this level. It's bearish short term because, you know, we're getting resistance here at the 21. So on the weekly, we're probably gonna come down here maybe to 320. This level right here, 330, 220, and possibly put in a higher low. Right, that's a possibility I see here for Render. But I believe this coin is still very bullish, right? And very undervalued still from its all-time high here back in 2024. Around 13 bucks. So it hit 13 bucks. And I believe it's doing now is just building support at its previous all-time highs here, which was this range. That's what I believe Render's just doing. So at what level would you buy Bitcoin after taking profits from altcoins? That's a great question. I think we'll figure out more where Bitcoin will bottom out as we, you know, get near its top. But I would say, you know, Bitcoin, there's definitely a high chance Bitcoin will come into this range right here. This is my buying range here for Bitcoin next bear market. So you guys want to think ahead of time. This is I think this is going to be Bitcoin's biggest point of control here ever. So I believe we'll at least come down into this level next bear market, which is around 74, 75K to 48K. Right, this level right here, I believe we'll see Bitcoin hit. Some people are more conservative. Some people just say in the 80s. But I could see this coming back here again. At least somewhere in this level. Yeah, honestly, it could be Bitcoin might bottom next bear market somewhere in that level as well. Right, might be around 170 or something like that. I mean, 70, somewhere in the 70s or maybe lower. Posted a huge profit trade for ETH in the main Crypto Traders University. Oh yeah, let's check it out. Shout out to Diamond for posting on CTU. Let's check out his trade. And again, I'm gonna check out Crow. NW says, can you look at Move? Yeah, we'll look at Move as well. Would you say, assuming we have altcoin season in 1.52 conservative Algorand target? Yeah, Algorand. So if Algorand, let's say Algorand does recover and we have altcoin season, would 1.5 to 2 be a good target? We'll have to see here. All right, let's do a Fibonacci level here for Algorand. So a little price prediction for Algorand and see where it can hit. As you can see, it's getting some resistance here on the 618, right? But I believe eventually it'll break through that. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's a very good conservative target, knowing that its all-time high was 290. Right? I don't know how the inflation is on this coin, but like you said, 150. Yeah, it's a pretty conservative target. I would say it's situational too. Right, if Algorand is kind of here.
New donation.
Jeff, thank you. Shout out to Jeff with the super chat. Wow, that's awesome, bro. Thank you so much, Jeff. A small token to you for all you do, brother. Oh man, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to Jeff on YouTube. I just liked it right there. I just hearted it. Thank you, Jeff. But yeah, I would say situational. So if Algorand is kind of here near its all-time highs and Bitcoin is above 150K and altcoins are exploding and, you know, that type of situation, then yeah, right? But if Algorand starts to move very fast here and Bitcoin is still, you know, we still have more room in this bull market, then, I mean, it could hit $6 to $7, right? Somewhere up here. So it's situational. But yeah, I'm bullish on it. 33,000 likes. Wow. Best trade is buy Bitcoin. So taking a look here at Diamond's trades right here. Look at that. 51%, 7K. Wow. 7K in this trade. That's why I always say don't focus on, you know, the money and all these things. Focus on your wins, on your percentages, because, you know, 51% trade for someone could be $50, but in this case for Diamond it's 7K, right? So that's why you got to focus on your wins. And shout out to Diamond here for posting in CTU again. If you guys want to join it, check it out in the bio. But great trade right there on ETH. That's a great trade, 15x as well. So thank you, Diamond, for sharing it. Crow, yeah, so you guys want to know about Crow. Let's take a look at Crow, the big winner of the day. You guys should take a look here. It's up 31% today. A lot of big news. And look at that. Crow breaking out of that 0.5 right there. And if we get a close here above that 0.5, we have 5 days left. Honestly, I really don't know if we're gonna close here above that 0.5. We might just close here. It'll be above 18 cents here. If you can get a monthly close above here, this will be the highest monthly close since 2022 for Crow. So this is a beautiful recovery for Crow with very bullish news. And I would not be surprised if we get that close right there. Just 4 more days. And then the next target is 25 cents. All right. So Crow's looking really, really good here on the monthly. And you can kind of see here how the momentum is flipping too, because you can see how we were overbought on the monthly, but now we're starting to curve. So the momentum is switching to the upside, which means more gains, more green candles to come. Juan says he bought it at 9 cents. Wow, that's awesome, man. That's where I bought it around too. I bought it around 10, 8, 12 cents for Crow. So while I was kind of ranging here, that's why you guys want to buy coins when they're boring, when no one's talking about it, when it's just boring price action. And now, you know, we're up a 2x right there. So pretty good trade for Crow. And look, Crow is still down. I don't know how many X's that is. I mean, let's actually measure right here. From its all-time high, it's still, you know, a 4x. A little bit over a 4x. So, you know, I very well believe this coin can go back to its all-time highs. And if it does, some new all-time highs for Crow. The sell zone, I would say, is around 144 to 198. This level right here. Just send you 10K likes. Wow, thank you, Siggy. I appreciate it. Thank you, bro. I'll do your coin soon. Don't worry. Andre, see you so. Yes, I am Brazilian. And guys, don't worry. I'm gonna check out all your favorite coins, so don't worry. ETC. ETC's just, it keeps resisting that 618 level. But I believe it'll eventually break it, right? So it's bearish short term. It's bearish until it breaks it. But we're getting good signs here that it will. Pretty sure we have bullish divergence here too, right? We're putting in new. You can see right here on the weekly. The weekly shows you another story. So you can see resistance, break through it, get rejected at 618, come back, flip that resistance, and we're kind of in this new range, Okay, so very soon I see Ethereum Classic break through this. Okay, so even though it's bearish because it hasn't been breaking it, we can see that we've been showing progress here in this uptrend. And eventually it's like a door, right? It's like you're just trying to break through a wooden door. It just won't break, and then finally it breaks through and we break to the upside. So then I would say the next target for Ethereum Classic is around 31. About 10 more bucks from where it's at right now. All right, you can also see on the monthly, we're extremely, I mean, these are the coins we want to buy, right? Extremely oversold on the monthly, but we're starting to curve up. We're starting to see those, you know, those bullish hints right there. So we're starting to curve up. And once we break this 31 bucks, we're going to start to move up here to the upside. So yeah, I do like ETC. Yeah, let's check out some more coins. Comment some more coins you guys want me to check out. I think, who was Jay? Jay asked for Epic. Epic, let's check out Epic. We got Chainlink. Algorand. I just did Algorand, but I'll do it again. Yeah, I believe Doge will go to $1. So Epic having an epic recovery here, but be careful though. Right, we're coming to a major resistance level. So we can definitely pull back here. The question is, where can it pull back to? All right, because it already had a small pullback here. You can kind of see, you know, we're probably going to pull back here to the 50 MA, which is around $2. So, I mean, we can still drop down to around $2, $2.09 for this coin. So just, you know, just be aware. But this is a good sign. This is a good sign that this coin is starting to recover. It's coming to a massive resistance point. So it's not going to break it on the first attempt. Right? So if you're bullish on this coin, you want to look to buy on the pullback. You see a lot of resistance right there on the 618. The pullback, we can pull back here to, like I said, $2 to $1.98, around here somewhere. I'll say is a good target. Wow, 40K likes already? Insane. That was the fastest 40K likes in my live stream in a while. So shout out to Ziggy, shout out to everyone who's been liking it. Absolutely amazing. F4N, thank you, bro. Thank you for the hearts. Can you check 20, 50, 200 MA on fetch? On which what time frame? Cardano. Yeah, we'll check out Cardano. Let me know what time frame and then we'll check it out. Anytime, Jay. Cardano's been looking amazing. I'm so happy I got into this coin. I was saying so much bullish things about this coin when it was right here in this zone. And you know, I'll probably buy more Cardano if it comes back into the 70s. But I already have a good amount that, you know, I'm just buying other coins. So, you know, I already have a good amount. I'm staking it. If you have Cardano, definitely stake it in a cold storage wallet. And this is one of the most bullish structures I've seen in the altcoin have this bull market. It's just clear as day this coin will recover. And probably put in new all-time highs, right? So it's still 3x away from its all-time high. And I believe the sell zone here for Cardano is around 6 to 8 bucks. Right, 6 to 8.76. I'll say is a good sell zone. Because we had a beautiful bounce here at the 618. That was the higher low right there that we needed, around 52 cents. And you know, we're pulling back here to that 0.5. So we might, if we get a close here above that 0.5 on the monthly, we're super bullish. So above 80 cents. And on the weekly for Cardano, we also had that beautiful bounce right there at the 21, the 50, the 25, all of them like all together just like that. And we're pulling back here to that 80 cents level. So if you do lose that level, your support is probably going to be around 75, 76, around here. kind of meeting up with the 50 and the 25 and the 21. Right. No, 52 happened in June. So 52 cents Cardano happened back in June. That was the higher low we needed. And this is, look, this is what I like to teach too, guys. Look, everyone talks about what happens after, right? I think the best thing to learn how to be a good trader is this, guys. We want to go back in time and we want to see, okay, what caused Cardano to go from bounce from 52 to a dollar, basically, right? And I was saying, like, I still have this from the streams that I was streaming during this time, these lines right here, because, you know, during this time I was saying, look, I see bullish divergence here on Cardano, meaning we're putting in a lower high, but on stochastic we're putting in a higher low. I mean a lower low, but on stochastic we're putting in a higher low. You see that? So this is bullish divergence, and it played out pretty well from 52 to $1. I mean, that's basically a 2x. So this is what you guys got to do. You got to go back in time and see, okay, why did this coin pump? Why did this coin pump? And I was sharing this during that time. I'll even show you right here my cheat sheet, which you guys can access in my course, right? This is bullish divergence right here when we're putting in a lower low, which Cardano did put in the lower low, and I'm on the weekly. But then on stochastic, we put in a HL, a higher low. Strong bullish divergence right there. This is the Sir Lewis cheat sheet. You can check it out in my course. We can see stochastic, higher low. All right. So you always want to do that when you see coins either dump or pump. How far does a VeChain look for the long haul, bro? VeChain, let's take a look at VeChain for the long haul. I honestly think VeChain is going to follow. It's going to do something similar to what Crow did, but we'll check it out here. Let's see how it's looking. Aerodrome and Noise. Shout out to Andre. So Lewis, concerning your profit taking, what is your minimum target goal? My guess would be 4x level. Yeah, I think it depends on each different altcoin. But if you're talking about overall portfolio, I mean, my overall portfolio, it's a little higher, right? I'd probably say it's a 8 to 10x. But that's because, you know, the coins that I'm invested in. If I was obviously invested in just Ethereum, Solana, and, you know, Bitcoin, it'd probably be like, you know, lower than that. Like a 2x, 3x around there. But since I'm invested in more altcoins, it'll be around somewhere around that for my overall portfolio. So VeChain, let's do a full deep analysis here on VeChain. If you guys are holding VeChain, and don't worry, I'll check out Fetch soon. But what I always like to do is I like to start here on the monthly, kind of see what it's looking here on the monthly. You can kind of see on the monthly we're getting resistance on that 0.78. So one thing we know about VeChain is that once we close above here on the monthly, which could be next month, above that 0.78, that's when it's really go time, right? That's when we're probably going to break out of this range and start to pump up here to 3 cents, 4 cents VeChain. Until then, we're still bearish, right? So we need to close above 0.26 for VeChain. And we actually, we broke above that this month, but we came back down. We still have 4 days left, right? We can break above it again, close right there. That'll be a very bullish closing on the monthly. We need that, or it could be next month. So now we come up here to the weekly. You can kind of see right here on the weekly. I actually talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I am getting bullish divergence here on VeChain. So you can kind of see right here on the weekly bullish divergence, which we go right here on my cheat sheet. It's basically, it's medium bullish divergence. So it's not as strong as the other one, but it's medium, where we have an equal bottom here for VeChain, right? Equal bottom basically. But then on the stochastic and money flow, we have a higher low. So right here, it's a clear higher low for stochastic, for money flow in green. So this is technically a bullish divergence. The thing is, on the weekly, it's a higher time frame, so it might not it's not like this is going to play out instantly, right? Since it's on a higher time frame, it might take a couple weeks, right, before it really plays out. And then out of nowhere, we're up here to 4 cents VeChain. So I do see a bullish signs here gearing up for VeChain and some bullish divergence, starting with the bullish divergence. If you go here to the daily, you can see we've been ranging here for VeChain, but you can see how we've been ranging, but we've been in this nice uptrend, higher lows, right? It's kind of, you know, this nice pendant where we break out to the upside. Okay, so I am bullish on VeChain. It's just that you really got to deep dive into it and look at it for what it is, and it's showing, to me, it's showing bullish signs, bullish hints, the same way that Crow was showing me bullish hints. So cool that you added you added the Adam's apple on your avatar, bro. Yeah, you noticed that. Shout out to Ziggy. $8K% that goes up, bro. What was the next coin? If you had to place a bet on base meme, what's your pick? My pick, I'll probably put my bet on Toshi. I think Toshi's in a good sweet spot. It's not too high cap, it's not too super low cap. It's on Coinbase, has a bullish structure. So I'll put my bet on Toshi. All right, Chainlink. A lot of you guys are asking for Chainlink, so let's do a deep dive analysis here on Chainlink, see how it's doing, because Chainlink's been holding up well, and I'm pretty, you know, I'm gonna bet you that Chainlink BTC looks pretty healthy here for Chainlink. Yeah, look at that. So Chainlink BTC, look at that. This is Chainlink BTC, and we can see that the last 2 months we've been outperforming Bitcoin, and this month was a massive green candle for Chainlink BTC. So, you know, these are the good signs. These are really good signs. I mean, we basically broke out of this downtrend, right? It's not 100% confirmed yet. We can definitely start coming down from here, but you know, this could be the breakout of this massive multi-year downtrend for Chainlink BTC. And you can see it. Look, this is why you want to use these charts as well, because you can see right here how Chainlink was outperforming Bitcoin, and then 2020 right here, 2020 was the top, but 2021, right, we also got a top right here, but this was the time to sell Chainlink, right? I'm pretty sure Chainlink was around 40 bucks during this time, during that peak right there. Okay, same way that would happen here. Chainlink is going to start to move, right? It's going to start to outperform, and then you want to sell Chainlink near those highs again. Maybe Chainlink hits 100 bucks. We'll see. But it's a very important chart that's correlated with Chainlink's price. So you can kind of see Chainlink, very bullish structure. It's getting closer every single day to break its all-time highs, right? If you put a Fibonacci here, you can kind of see how Chainlink, we had a beautiful bounce to the 618 right there. That was the higher low right there, 11, and we didn't even close above it. Right here we closed in it, but you see wick to the 618, and then off we go. So I believe what Chainlink really is doing right now, it's just doing like a cup and handle. So the question is, where does the handle go? Is it a short handle or is it a longer handle? I honestly believe it'll be a shorter handle, seeing how well Chainlink's been holding. So Chainlink can technically still go to 20 bucks, 20, 21. And I could be, you know, I believe that could be the bottom for the handle. Okay. If you come here on the weekly, you can see we're starting to sort of form that handle here on the weekly. We're already starting to come down a little bit. All right, so $20. I think this is a great buy the dip, buy the retest scenario right here for Chainlink. And put a We're extremely high here on the weekly from the 50 MA. All the MAs we're pretty high here. This Chainlink's been doing really well on the monthly as well. So I'm pretty sure on the daily, yeah, on the daily we're getting those levels right here. So on the daily for Chainlink, we're holding that 21 around 23 bucks. 25 is around 22, and what I believe can happen is we might have a slow drop here for Chainlink where it breaks the 21, breaks the 25, and it kind of meets up here with the 50 MA, right? The 50 MA and that Fibonacci level here, like I said, at 21, 20 bucks, somewhere there. This might happen in September. So I'm just giving you guys here a scenario. Either way, look, I still think Chainlink under 30 bucks long term is a great deal. I mean, where it's at right now, guys, it's still a 2x from its all-time highs. You know, 24, 25 bucks. Its all-time highs being 55 or 52. So I think it's still, even though it's up and outperforming Bitcoin, it's still a good coin to DCA in. Okay, it's a bargain still in that, but yeah, I'll still say, I mean, if you're a long-term, you know, buyer here, long-term meaning, you know, for multi-months, I mean, maybe you want to hold Chainlink multi-years if you believe in the there will be a survivor, but you know, if you want to sell during euphoria, it's definitely a great deal here for where it can go to around 100 bucks, 100 to 130. Yeah, I do believe Chainlink will be huge. Yeah, I mean, Chainlink has everything to go to 100 for sure. I would say so. You think, well, we're bearish in September? Great question by Diamond. Look, I think early September, right, we might be slightly bearish. Just like last September, we had another pullback, another retest, and then we bottomed out. So last September was very bullish for crypto. Like I showed you right here. We had a bullish, so right here, last September was right here. The beginning of September was, you know, we pulled back, right, 52K, and then the rest of September we took off. So I believe, you know, just like last August, we had a massive dump, massive pivotal dump, but then we recovered. September 2nd, first week of September, we pulled back, and then we started recovering. So I think we're doing something very similar to that, where August is being that pivotal month here, where we break all-time highs, and now we're breaking to the downside to find a higher low, and then we might see a relief rally here for the end of August, and then first week of September we might pull back here again and bounce off a retest. So yeah, I'm bearish for the first week possibly, but then after, especially with the rate cuts, I believe we'll start to switch that momentum, right? But overall, guys, I'm very bullish long term for crypto. So, and look, there's a big possibility that was the bottom. That 108 was the higher low that we needed. There's a big possibility. Yeah, Mustang, I would say so, right? Nothing here is financial advice, but you know, long term Chainlink, I think Chainlink is still at a great deal right now. It's still at a great deal in my opinion, because you got to think about it like this, guys. You do not want to be greedy, right? You want to look at the chart overall. You want to see, okay, Chainlink, very bullish structure. These are the coins you want to be buying. Obviously, you could have bought here at $5, but you know, the whole market was freaking out during that time. It was paying to buy during that time. But the good thing here is that Chainlink has been in this bullish structure to the upside. Okay, and it's still a 2x from its previous all-time highs. It still has a lot of bullish utility within the markets. It's not a coin that's kind of faded out, right? So I think Chainlink's still a great deal. My average is at $9. Wow, that's awesome. That's a really good average. That's basically around here, $9. So I mean, look at that. If your average is basically below the 618, which is below $10, then that's a really good average for Chainlink. The 618 is literally around 10 bucks here, 10.39. So if your average is around these levels right here, that's definitely a great price for Chainlink. All right. And I also look at that bullish divergence on the monthly. This is kind of rare. Oh wow, look at that, guys. This is mega bullish for Chainlink right here. I just caught this right now. Bullish divergence. And look, you guys know bullish divergence on the monthly, on the weekly. It takes a minute to play out because it's on a higher time frame. But when it plays out, it'll take off, right? But you can see right here, we have some bullish divergence on the monthly. And you can see, right? Is this bullish divergence? Yeah, this is hidden bullish divergence. So you can see right here, hidden bullish divergence, right? Boom. Lower low. We got Chainlink putting in a higher low. But then on stochastic, we put in a lower low. Okay. When we had this drop here, we put in a lower low here in stochastic. That's hidden bullish divergence. So this is really, really good here for Chainlink. It's really, really good. Yeah. My average is 2.99 for Link. I'll probably say that's around where my average is too. My average is probably like 13 to 15 bucks, around there somewhere. But I still bought like around, you know, 6, 7. It's just that my average is a little bit higher. But that's still a good average, you know. You guys been killing it today in the stream. Thank you guys so much. Algorand, QNT. Oh, let's do QNT first since you asked first, and then we'll do Algorand. So QNT at some point was looking really bearish, but then it really did recover nicely here, right? So I think QNT is definitely not a bad coin overall. I did say if you pull back, we can retest on 98, 100 bucks. And I believe that'll be a good buying opportunity. Or if you do have a big dump in the market, we'll come here for a double bottom around 90, 92. But, well, I mean, what it's doing is just retesting the 618 level, which the top of that is 198 bucks. But I am bullish on QNT. We did put in, you know, we did put in a higher low here. And we did break that 618. And now we're making that into support. And I remember as QNT was slowly moving up, I said it needed to break that 618 and flip it at support. And that's exactly what it did. And now we're probably going to break that 0.5. And the next target is 172. 172. So yeah, I do like QNT. Yeah, hidden bullish divergence on the monthly for Chainlink. For Chainlink. Ray Jude, thank you. Sorry if I missed some gifts, guys, by the way. Thank you for all the gifts. Plume. Yeah, we'll do Plume here for you. Anytime. Anytime, buddy. Let's do Plume here for Ray Jude. So this coin's been dumping a ton here. Yeah. This coin's been dumping a ton here, right? So, I mean, it's coming back here to the June lows. It's obviously bearish. You can see we're putting in a new low here on the monthly. So we have 5 days left. If we put in a new low here on the monthly, this is not looking good, right? Even though on the weekly, we're looking to test these lows here. So let's actually pull a Fibonacci here. Let me see how it's looking. Yeah, so you can see, look at the amount of resistance we have at the 618 level. You see how we have so many wicks up here, wick, but you just can't close above it or in it. That's very bearish, and that's why we had a massive dump, obviously coming down with the market. And now it's kind of in a situation where, you know, it's either going to put in a higher low, or we're going to test these lows here and possibly break them, depending on what Bitcoin does. So, you know, seeing that we can possibly come down lower in the markets, there's a big chance we do come down here and test these lows. Okay, so I would say for this coin, it'll be good to wait maybe another week or two, just to be safe. You know, because this is a massive pullback here that it's having. I'm bullish on Pump. Yeah, I have bought Pump. Louis, you're solid, brother. Thank you for your tech. One for freedom. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Shout out to One for Freedom. Appreciate all of you guys being here in the live streams. And again, if you guys haven't yet, follow my backup account, because I will be going live there from time to time just to protect this account, because I grew this account to 30,000 people over 4 years. So I just want to make sure nothing happens to this account. And I've been posting content on there too, so. All right. Oh yeah, Algorand. My bad. I forgot. I was gonna check out Algorand for him, and then we'll check out GRT. Again, like I said, the thing about Algorand, it's holding up extremely well. It's bullish, right? We're building support at the previous resistance level. Okay. We also got bullish divergence here, medium bullish divergence for Algorand. Boom, boom. That took place here. But it can definitely continue. Okay. So I'm very bullish on Algorand. I think this coin, it's getting resistance here at the 618. It might take another month, and then September we break through it, right? And then crypto moves very fast, so you might see Algorand hit 49 cents very soon. But the short term is giving me bullish signs here. Like I said, bullish divergence, and we've been ranging in this pendant here, looking to break out of this to the upside. So, and that's how you know we're bullish too, right? For Algorand and HBAR and all these coins, is the market's been pulling back hard for Bitcoin, but Algorand hasn't been crashing down to like 19-20 cents. It hasn't been crashing too much. So it's been holding this level like a beast. So, in which price do I suggest to take profits? So, I would say 49 cents, 49.50 cents, and then maybe if you want to enter back a little, you know, once it pulls back, you can. But then obviously I would say 130, the all-time high around 288, and then depending on the situation where we are in the markets, if it does reach a new all-time high around $6 to $7 to 10, right? 6, 7 to 10 bucks. Okay. But again, you want to take profits, you want to ladder out as we get up there. So 49 cents, $1.30, the all-time high. You know, a big sign that Algorand will hit new all-time highs here around $6 is if it moves fast with the market. If it kind of laggers out a little bit, it might just, you know, double top, right? So you gotta really look at the situation where Bitcoin is, where we are in the total market cap for altcoins and others and all that. So let's check out GRT here. GRT, we also got Jasmine. Yeah, I would say so, Harris. I would say so. Subtle but key point. When you mentioned earlier that the price point could break through both 21 and 25, which tells me, well, we should respect those two MAs. It's not unusual when the price breaches it. Yeah, I would agree. 100%. So GRT's been ranging too. You're kind of similar to VeChain in a way. You can see how we're bearish here on the weekly, right? A lot of resistance on the 21 and 25. Just a lot of resistance right there, but we're not crashing down here to 7 cents. We're pulling back here, but holding this level. That's a good sign for GRT. On the daily, extremely bearish too on the daily, right? That 200 MA. I mean, look, 1, 2, 3. It's just not a coincidence that we get rejected 3 times here on the 200 on the daily. And now we're rejecting the 50, putting in a new low. So not looking too good on the daily. But we're still holding this level, which is a good sign. So, I mean, we can find a bottom here. And then you really want to look here on the lower time frames, like the 1 hour, to start to see it flip bullish. So it'll first tell you if it's flipping bullish on the lower time frames, like the 1 hour and the 4 hour, before it does on the daily, obviously. Right, so you want to look at the 4 hour. Once we close above 9 cents here, once we close above that 50 MA, then we're looking bullish. We're starting to flip bullish, right? Overall, I mean, I think GRT is kind of, it's a riskier coin. But it's a good type of risk because it's not a super low cap coin, right? It's been ranging here. Hasn't been crashing down. And we might break out of this range soon, right? We might break out of this range just like Crow did. You know, the fact that it hasn't been crashing down here to 5-6 cents is a good sign. It's a good sign that it's bottoming out here. All right, we got PIF, Arbitrum. So PIF, man, I haven't done PIF in a while. What I think about Sui, I think Sui's a very bullish coin. I think it has one of the best charts out there. And it's definitely a coin worth buying, for sure. So, I mean, don't think you missed out on Sui. You know, it can still go to 15 bucks, 20 or more. So is PIF like a newer coin, right? It came out here in 2023. It's not looking too good. Yeah, it's not looking too good, but I mean, the bullish scenario here is I'll wait a couple weeks, right? If we do something kind of like an inverted head and shoulders. So I'll wait a couple weeks because it might have some more downside here on the second shoulder. If you do have this type of formation, which is bullish. So I'll wait at least a couple weeks to see what it does. If it does hold these levels here, and you start to see some green candles, then that's a good sign. That's a good sign to buy. Almost 75k likes. Let's go, guys. Absolutely killing it. Shout out to Ziggy. Shout out to all the likers on here. Pendle. And guys, don't worry. I'm gonna try to do all your coins here before I go off. So we'll try to do it faster here. But Pendle's looking great. Pendle was in this pendant. It broke out of it, and now it's coming down for a retest. All right, so we're coming here for a retest of the top of that pendant. So I would say a good price is 480, 482 for, you know, around there somewhere. If we do have a massive dump. Can kind of see that's kind of where the 50 MA will be too, 480 around here. So overall, Pendle's looking great. This is a bullish coin. I believe it's on AVAX, right? You can see how it broke out of this month, and now it's coming back for a retest, and maybe next month we take off here to $7. So it's still extremely oversold on the monthly. And it's just coming down here for a retest on the weekly. to 480s around right there somewhere. So I'm liking it. I'm liking Pendle for sure. So a lot of you guys, we're getting multiple comments here for Jasmine. So a lot of you guys want Jasmine. Let's see how Jasmine's looking. So look, I still believe Jasmine have done a Adam and Eve bottoming pattern, right? It's just putting in that handle. It's taking a little while with the handle, but I mean, at least the handle's holding the 25 here on the weekly. But this is a textbook Adam and Eve bottom pattern, right? Sharp drop and a nice rounding out here before we really take off here. But Jasmine's been one of the coins I've been accumulating for sure. You can kind of see on the daily, we lost that 200. So short term, we are pretty bearish. But medium term, I don't believe we'll break these lows here. I believe we'll put in a higher low here somewhere. And to put a Fibonacci here on Jasmine, kind of see where it can come down here on this pullback too. Let me see. There we go. Okay. So again, I mean, Jasmine, if we have a massive dump, we can come back here and retest the 618, which would be around 0.1331. But as long as we hold that 25 right there, we should be good. But 1331, 13 cents, 0.13. A great buy the dip scenario here if we do have a big crash for Jasmine. Either way, I think Jasmine is holding up extremely well, and very soon a break here over 0.21. Thank you for the ice creams. Appreciate it. YFI. See how YFI has been doing, what it's been doing here with this crash. So yeah, I mean, YFI hasn't been dumping too much here. That's a very bullish sign for the market. A lot of coins haven't been dumping. Right before, when we see Bitcoin dump over 15K, the market would crash big. So Wi-Fi has been really dumping too much. And again, it's just been in this pendant. It's coming down here towards the middle of the pendant. Very soon to break out of it. The measured move is still 10K. So on the daily, we're holding that 200. So we're still very bullish here, holding that 200 on the daily. If you lose that, we can come back here to 5,100, 5,190 around here. But so far, we're holding that 200 on the daily, right? That's really good. And on the weekly, we're holding the 25 and the 21. So I'm seeing some bullish signs here. I think it'll just get tighten up here until we break out of this pendant. All right, I do see some good positive signs here for Wi-Fi. Can you check out Honey? Honestly, I think Honey is probably done. Last time I checked it out, yeah. I mean, this coin, it's just a very ugly chart. And it's sad to see, right? Because I think this coin had a lot going for it, but we can see that. I mean, even though that if this is a bottom, right? Maybe this is a bottom. We start to move up, but then we crash, and then we put in a new bottom later on. You don't really know if this is the bottom yet. So again, this is a coin I would probably hold up on weeks to maybe months. If you're bullish on this coin, because this coin can definitely put in a new low, right? It just Last month it put in a new low in July. So, I mean, I would say the good thing is that we've been dumping this month. We didn't put in a new low yet, but you never know, right? In September, crash more. So, but overall, long term, I mean, this is definitely not a coin you want to hold long term unless you want to risk a little bit. You're still bullish on the project. It's down a ton here, so maybe you want to risk a little bit of your portfolio, but it's just not a bullish chart. Right, every chart that looks like this, there's a big probability it won't recover. Okay. And yeah, I'm just being honest with you guys too, right? I'll tell you if I'm bullish on a coin, I'll tell you if I'm bullish on it. Even on the monthly, is like we try to get these green candles and then we come back down and we're just getting hammered. But yeah, all my money going to KTA, Kita. Dogecoin, yeah, we haven't done Dogecoin yet. Let's take a look here at Dogecoin. Dogecoin's just been just so boring lately. You're just in this level, but it's been doing pretty good. I'm liking the fact that Dogecoin is holding up this level pretty well. Even though we're below here on the 4-hour. Yeah, we got bullish divergence here. And I believe this will continue to play out. Yeah, I do see like an inverted head and shoulders here for Dogecoin, right? Boom, boom, and then we're building a second shoulder right here. So, you know, I'm happy it's been ranging here, not dumping down. Because I just believe it's creating that second shoulder to later on take off. So, I am bullish on Doge. I think this coin has everything to reach above $1 and beyond. Marco says, hey Lewis, how are you, bro? Could you please take a look at Altcoin for me, please? Marco, I've been great. How about you, bro? And yeah, Altcoin. Let's see if I can find a good chart. For Altcoin here. This is a pretty good chart. So Altcoin. So I remember when Altcoin was taken off, when it was up here. We got rejected exactly in my Fibonacci target. And then ever since we pulled back here. And this is so far, this is looking like a very bullish pullback. I might look to get some Altcoin because, you know, I missed out on the write up. I used to have this coin, but I missed out on it pumping up here. But this, I know, this is a healthy retest here because this is exactly a textbook inverse head and shoulders playing out. This is, I'm gonna leave this right here. We'll come back in a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two. I believe it's gonna do something exactly like that. So it's looking really good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely liking Altcoin for sure. You can see how on the monthly we bottomed on 21 as well. And we're trying to bottom on the 50 MA here on the monthly. So, you know, overall, when you look at the monthly, it's just building that bear market resistance as bull market support right there. So Altcoin, I think Altcoin is a great coin. Yeah, I might even, if you don't mind sharing, where do you get a Altcoin? Because I know it's a coin that's hard to get. It's not on every exchange. I definitely got to look into it. I told you 90K. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ziggy. Thank you for the 90K likes, guys. Absolutely amazing. Again, if you guys are new to this account, if you haven't followed me yet, follow my backup account. It should be mentioned in my my bio. It's Sir Lewis. In case anything happens here, but I've been growing that. We're almost at 3K. Definitely follow it. Got it on CoinSpot because I'm in Australia. Oh, okay, CoinSpot. I don't think I have CoinSpot. Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna see if there's another exchange here in the US. But thank you, Marco. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the gifts, for the likes. Shout out to Ziggy and everyone who liked. I'll be live again probably tomorrow to see if we have bottom again, guys. The 4 hour here before we leave, just giving you guys here a Bitcoin update. That 4 hour is very bearish right now. I mean, look at this. We got that pump. We got rejected exactly in the 200 MA on the 4 hour right there. Look at that. And then now we're getting rejection on that 21. So we're in this massive downtrend here on the 4 hour. Until we can flip this, we're going to keep being bearish here. But we'll see, right? We'll see how we turn out tomorrow. There's a big chance that this is the bottom, 108. I talked about this region here. So we'll see if that's the bottom. I just want to thank you all of you guys so much. I'll be back again live tomorrow. And go check out my backup account. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace. And shout out to you guys on YouTube. You guys absolutely killed it. Thank you guys. And sorry if I couldn't, do all of the coins. There was a lot of people today. But next live stream, I'll try to do your coin if I missed it. But again, yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you guys next live stream. And check out my latest video if you guys are interested in Pepe. We'll do Pepe. We'll do Pepe here to end it, since we're getting multiple comments on Pepe. So before I go live here, we'll check out Pepe. But if you guys are looking for a great cold storage wallet, I just uploaded my honest review video on Keystone 3. Keystone 3 Pro. Check it out. It's my latest video. And you can get a 5% discount using my code in the video. So Pepe, man. Okay. Pepe's holding that 200, right? On the daily. So, I mean, that's a good sign here. And we're looking to get bullish divergence too here on the weekly. So Pepe's about to get bullish. I think it's hitting bullish divergence, right? Higher low, lower high. Yeah, look at that. That's great. That's really, really good here for Pepe. We're going to get bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence here on the weekly very soon. So I'm loving Pepe. I think this is coin. It's just been in this massive pendant. And we've been resisting the top of that pendant. Boom, boom, boom. We're pulling back. Even if we come here to this target for a double bottom, right? That target would be around 89, 89, 90. We're still bullish, right? Because very soon we'll break out of this pendant. And the breakout brings us to here to where it could top out here, which would be around 12, 00012, 4083, somewhere around here. So I still think Pepe can still run up pretty good. All right, but thank you guys so much. I'll check out the coins you guys mentioned next live stream. So if you guys want to know when I do go live, just put a notification bell and then you get notified. But sorry if I couldn't catch your coin. I'll check it out for sure next live stream. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.